this build a shed here, and today I'm going to teach y'all how the basics of rising a Linux desktop, and specifically by that I mean a window manager. So we're not rising this one because we're rising the type of window manager everyone uses on practically everywhere you go to rice, where you see people's heavily customized window managers. I'm pretty sure you know the subreddit I'm talking about, but yeah, you don't see people rising Katie. You see people rising stuff like, and by rising, and what I mean by rising is just slang for doing some heavy customization to the window manager, but manager or this interface right here. So yeah, but people use tiling window managers on there. So, but we're starting out with what this gives us. So yeah, so to start this off, first of all, you want to pick a window manager. And of course for this, I'm going to, geez, what's wrong with my voice? But of course with this, we're going to pick bspwm. And we cannot forget about its little dependency, okay? This is what people forget about this dependency. It causes so many problems. It ain't funny. So let's just get this down. When it says fast, like, yo, that's what you call awesome. More awesome than awesome. Okay, so I'll just pop this back open. I'm just going to do a little copy of, and I'm going to be copying /user/share/local. I think it's share, no, source. Dang, am I brainless. Hold on, I'll be right back. Gotta figure this one out. So I figured out where they're located. Well, first we gotta make a couple directories. So I'm just gonna make dir and .config/sx/hkd from one, and also gonna do the same for bspwm. So we gotta get those out of the way, okay? And now we just gotta copy the example configs from user share doc in bspwm, and then we go into examples bspwm rc. So this is the configuration file right here. It's more like, think of it more as an Autostart file. I like just things that this thing wants to run, but also think of it as like config file too. Think of it as a really easy config file to configure. That's why I like bspwm so much. And send it to .config/bspwm/bspwmrc. And now we want to do the same with sx, and where the ending of that is, and sx. Yep, and now we just do a clear. And we don't need to be making a mistake. I made that one time, so I'm just gonna change my directory into .config/bspwm. Do chmod +x, and that. Change directory back out of there and change directory into sx. And here, and basically continue the progress. So now if we do ls-l, now see that the files have the ability to be written over. Also, there's a couple more unlisted dependencies we need to put down, okay? That'd be basically dmenu and your xvt. And I'll explain why we need your xvt once I get into the configuration file. So wow, does not have urxvt. So while we do that, and since I'm on manage, oh yeah, I guess I can be dumb sometimes, okay? This is what's known as, right, the full-on package, but for short it's known as urxvt. So we do this. This what is. But here's the problem, it's blinding, so yep. So now we exit out of that and we log out. Yes, log out. And we should have bspwm as an option. Yes, we do. Having my password. And right now, of course, it's going to look blank. So now we do this, it pops open your xvt, and funnily enough, it looks like we got gaps already. And so, oh boy. I just exit out of all of these and underscore run. And now I'm gonna do Alacrity. And I'm gonna do a little tinkering real quick, okay? It's kind of needed. So I'm back, and this is so after I fixed a couple things for myself, this will make this bit easier to use because not every window manager is completely has the bind set up and tailored straight for you on start. Every window manager most window managers have different bindings for some things, some vastly different, others not that different. For example, my first experience with the window manager was DWM, so of course I set my DWM bindings for default, but out of that talk. And by the way, if y'all are wondering about the gaps, I will talk to gaps later, but with bspwm they come by default. Unlike most others, which you gotta get the gaps going separately, but this video of course is part 1. I've probably mentioned this already, but we're only doing the very basics of rising, so we're going to do a little. So right here, there's absolutely nothing right here. Black screen, your cursor, nothing else. You press Super P as I have it set up. I open D menu. Press Windows and Enter, I get this. But here's one difference. If you were to basically close this out, this is how I have everything set up by on mine. I've showed you all this the other day. Well, yesterday actually. And this is what y'all are probably wondering. How the heck do I get to this? How do I get to my computer looking all sexy? Yo. And again, that's what I'm trying to show you how to do now. So, but one of the very first things, the basic thing to rising, the basic things, other than messing around with color palettes and stuff, which is done in config, but this one's quite universal. I think a lot of people, and this is where a lot of people struggle when it comes to rising. It's not going to the config. It's finding out what things like how these people get all these cool things when really they find programs online and that they go in their package manager, etc., download, and they get these to Autostart. Thankfully, bspwm, they're easy to Autostart, but not the case for others. And if you're using StartX, well, it's going to be easy no matter what. But as you can see, if I vim into my config /bspwm /bspwmrc, all I have are basically, well, how things being set up, but it's really just a bunch of commands being executed by default, but that's how I think of it. So what you need to do is, so there's two programs in specific I have by default for bspwm, and most others too. You may see some for wallpaper using fe, but I use something called nitrogen. It's a lot more intuitive and it's pretty much for everyone. And of course, I use Pycon as my compositor. And of course, for the top bar, I use Polybar for this. It should take a little bit. So while it's doing that, I'll probably just cut to when it's done. So now the three are installed. So here's the thing. Let me just close out this terminal. So first thing I'm going to pop open is something known as nitrogen. And currently I do not have any backgrounds for some reason. So yeah. Well, thankfully there is an easy solution to this, and I'm going to go on Firefox for this one. My cat's annoying the crap out of me. So I'm going to search up Pexels. Has a really good wallpaper library, and that's why I commonly use to get my own wallpapers other than scouring through different GitHubs or snacking off of Plasma. It looks like they changed their logo. So I'm going to go under Discover and let me search for Pexels Wallpapers. Network protocol error, you gotta be joking. Okay, now let's load it. For example, this is the wallpaper I was showing off the other day. And let me just get this one installed. I'm going to use this as an example here. This automatically. And now let's just close out this. Now when we boot up nitrogen, of course we got to go preferences and add a wallpaper. Which we're just going to have it be under downloads. Now we got wallpaper. Of course, it's a little screwed up, but we got a little thing right here, and that's called scaled. Now it looks like this, but it's a little. So now it's like this. So as you can see, we got ourselves a little bit of a good old background. And the thing with Polybar is oh my. Another time for the Arch Wiki. I'll be right back. Apparently it's in the same spot as earlier, so let me just quickly make the directory. What the heck? I just need to do is copy from /user / share /doc Polybar to .config /polybar. Now we do Polybar's default. No, Polybar. Now we do Polybar example. Looky here, we got ourselves a Polybar. And the reason why it looks like this in the background is because we don't even have Pycon opened. Oh boy. Well, oh yeah, it's because we're on a virtual machine. Remember to we gotta go to users Pycon /pycon.conf example into .config /pycon. /pycon.conf. And now we just do Pycon. No. There's a reason why I was doing that. Okay, vim.config /pycon/pycon.conf. vsync and as you can see now, you got Pycon. Now transparency is possible, and of course, how I got like transparency in these terminals was, of course, via config file, and we can basically pop open something known as console again, a little friend from earlier, if you know what I mean, and we go into manage profiles. We go into breath 2 and we where the heck, I'm just gonna be in Solarize, and I will bump up background transparency to here. Do this, click OK, and switch profile to breath 2. And looky here, we finally got ourselves some transparency. Of course, it's not going to show blur because obvious reasons, but we got transparency. And if I kill Pycon, the transparency's gone, but once I enable Pycon, everything's back. But here's the little deal here. If y'all didn't know. Well, this is open right now. As soon as I pull a plug on bspwm, bspc quit and launch it back up, where did everything go? That's because we need to go into, you gotta set them up via Autostart. And if you're using StartX, all you just need to do is just basically vimida.xmonad.rc. Right here, of course, it's like this. And we would just shove in like basically where we want. So Pycon, Pycon, and nitrogen and -- restore. If you ever going to have nitrogen start on startup, you have to add in -- restore after it. And can't forget about and then Pycon, no, not Pycon, Polybar example, and then exec bspwm, of course. The thing is, we're not doing that, and thankfully bspwm config is not even a pain in the rear. So we're just going to vim into .config/bspwm and do this collection. And I'm just going to add a little comment saying Autostart. And I'm going to type in Pycon and as well as nitrogen -- restore and polybar example. Hold on, get rid of one. And now, if you were to basically just do bspc quit and type in our password again, well, looky here. Now it looks a lot better, to be honest. And the final part of this, of part one, is I'm just going to tell y'all about basically something, and that's called forks. And the nice thing about forks, or that forks contain like modified changes and stuff of different things, and for example, the Pycon fork I use is something known as Pycon Jonaberg. So let me just do pamax search A for AUR and Pycon Jonaberg. And now I'm just gonna do git clone https://ar.archlinux.org/pycon-jonaberg-git.git cd into there, make package-si, and we cannot find. Oh, are you kidding me? Well, I guess we have to do pamac build pycon-jonaberg-git. Yes. And right now we should be all right. So now we have this fork of Pycon And so what this fork does specifically is, well, let me just kill all the cords for Pycon. Start Pycon again. Hold on. What? Yeah, but what this fork specifically does, though, if I'm going to show you my host machine, because I think we're actually there already, sort of. But I'm going to show you on the host machine. That's where we're going to end off. So this is the fork that adds the blurring effect, as well as around in corners. So yeah, I think this is the note we're going to end off here with. So this is Builder Shed. Hope to see y'all next time. See ya. If you'll like this type of content, make sure to drop a like. If you wanted to see more of this content, make sure to subscribe. If you don't like this content, or specifically this video, drop a dislike. And it'd be heavily appreciated if you were to also drop a comment explaining why you disliked the video and some issues, also known as constructive feedback. I'll see y'all next time. See ya.